In that Texas town. You know, they got a lot of nice girls there. Yeah, guess what? That's about the oh, what was the musical? Best whorehouse in Texas. So there's a musical about that. That's what this song is about. So we're gonna do a series on trios. I don't know if it's gonna be four sessions long, or it might go to the end of the year. I haven't decided yet. I want to do something at Christmas, so that might change it. But I'm gonna do all the great rock trios. I'm gonna start with ZZ Top, one of my favorites. These three guys can make lots of sounds. I will see you in 4 minutes. Ha 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 how.
Rumors spreading round in that Texas town about the shack outside the Grange. And you know what I'm talking about. Just let me know if you wanna go to that home out on the range. They got a lot of nice girls. I'm racing. Well, here it's fine if you got the time and the time to get yourself in. And here it's time almost every night. But now I might be mistaken.
Well, I just gotta love live shows. So I don't know if you noticed that, but like, so the 10-second fade out was in there, but then like 30 seconds before that, there was this other music. It sounded like a news broadcast thing. Yeah, that's the love That's what happens in life. Things can go wrong. Oh well, it's Tune Into Life, episode 47. Things have gone wrong on the show before, and they will go wrong again. But oh well. Anyways, if you don't know, that was Grange by ZZ Top, and I asked forgiveness from Billy Gibbons and Frank Beard, and rest in peace, Dusty Hill. He passed away in July of last year. But as is true of people that love each other, love their music, and kind of hang out together for a long time, and in Dusty style, which you can see by the quote I have from him, because I just love it. A lot of times they get really deep quotes by, rock stars who think they're like members of the intelligentsia, and some of them are, but ZZ Top, they're just a bunch of down home guys. They just tell it like it is. They're sarcastic, they're funny, they're irreverent. It's just awesome. And anyways, Dusty Hill, when he died, they had just finished doing a documentary, and they released an album that was the soundtrack to the album, and they were touring to support the documentary. And there goes the dog. Quiet down there. Yep, usually I don't have her in my studio, but today I had in the studio, and the UPS driver came, and she's barking, doing her job. All right, Emma, that's good. What, you like ZZ Top? What? Billy's trapped in a well? Oh my God. Anyway, so where was I? Oh yeah. So Dusty Hill's, one of his last wishes was like, hey, you know what? I'm gonna leave this world, but you guys keep touring, keep recording, love music. So I would call them kind of a Texas flavored bluesy rock trio. And so in the vein of blues, I don't know if you've seen this, probably noticed this, but a lot of people who are founded on blues rock, whatever, just kind of go on forever. B.B. King, just the Rolling Stones. I mean, they're kind of, I don't want to say anything. Let's just put it this way. The Mick Taylor era of the Rolling Stones is my favorite. And then Brian Jones after that. And then they kind of, very haphazard, after Exile on Night Street and Mick Taylor leaving, they've had some good ones. I'd say their best album that was Tattoo You. That's been a long time. And yes, I'm a Stones fan, so I don't know their albums. But we're not talking about the Stones. We're talking about ZZ Top, and Kelsey Lips is in the house. Wayne Gabriel's in the house. I think Rob Berry showed up, but I can't tell. He kind of goes in there, gives me the thumbs up, and then he's done. But just talking, I mean, it's just cool because they've been playing together over 50 years. And so Dusty and Billy were founders, and then Frank Beard, they brought him on for percussion and stuff, and they all write the songs. They write the songs. No, they don't. Not Barry Manilow. Anyways, LaGrange. So that's about the best little whorehouse in Texas. And it must be a really good whorehouse because there's a book written about it, a play, a musical, a movie, and LaGrange was about that. There's very limited lyrics to the song, but, some of them are, I heard a rumor, the girls, I heard that they got some nice girls, stuff like that. Anyway, yeah, Wayne asked Kelsey, what's good, Kelsey? ZZ Top's good. That's who's good. So LaGrange. Yeah, I just picked this song. And as Wayne mentioned, like earlier in the show, when LaGrange was going on, he was talking about like Legs and Sharp Dressed Man and Gimme Some Lovin'. So that was their 80s era when they added keyboards and they kind of did pop rock with kind of the ZZ Top edge. They did it in a ZZ Top way. And I actually like those albums, but my favorite is their early stuff. And then now they're kind of doing more tributes back to the blues too. So those are my favorite in the 80s. Those will be the best selling. So obviously a lot of people like them. Not knocking them. Great songs, but just give me LaGrange, heard it on the X, Tush, all their early stuff, and then their bluesy dedication cover stuff. Give me that over Legs, Sharp Dressed Man, and Give Me Some Lovin'. So I'm not knocking them. They're good. But we probably should get to the first quote, and I love this quote. So these guys, this is one of these things I like about them, is they're just so down home. They're sarcastic. They're great musicians. They write great songs, and they know who they are. I can't remember. It might have been Dusty, because to me, Dusty's the funniest one. Billy, and then it's right up. Dusty's was the funniest one, and then Billy Gibbons is right there, and then Frank Beard's right there. So they're all pretty darn funny, and they're pretty close together. But I think it was Dusty who said, Yeah, even if we did even if we did a cover of Fly Me to the Moon, it would still sound like ZZ Top. That's just who we are. So they're going to put their flavor on it. And so even though they did the kind of synth driven, kind of almost like a dance tune kind of rock with the legs and all that, it's still, you had the ZZ Top in there. And you had him doing the muted points, which he is like one of the best at. Oh man, I wish I had my guitar. But anyways, when you mute, I'll just pretend I have a guitar. So muting, it takes a lot of practice to master it. So it's like when you're hitting a note, so you have the note and you're pushing down on the fret, not the threat. You fret with the fret, and then you just hit it, and you can do it one of two ways. And if you do both, it's beautiful, and I think he does both. So the first thing you do is with the pick, as you're picking the note, you kind of pull it off right as you're picking, and then also you turn the pick sideways, and you kind of have your thumb mute it a little. So you just pull it off, and then bong, and then you get that really cool that like where it sounds like, what's he going on there? Is that feedback? No, that's yeah. Anyways, that's how you do that. If you want to learn to play guitar, call me and I'll give you lessons. But the first quote is pretty hilarious. Oh, this is actually the first quote's by Frank, the drummer. So if you ever notice that, like Billy and Dusty have the typical. Well, here I'm actually doing a visual, and I'm not on. Billy and Dusty have that big long beard. It's the ZZ Top thing, and then Frank Beard's the drummer. Sometimes he has like a 5 o'clock shadow, kind of like I have now, but most of the time he didn't have a beard. And of course, journalists. Okay, I'm not knocking all journalists, but some journalists do not have a lot of imagination, and they ask the same things. And actually, I'm listening to a book. Yeah, that's right. I listen to books anyways. I'm listening to a book on Audible, and it's this someone who is in iCarly, and she's talking about how fans, she just got, when iCarly became really popular, she kind of got turned off to people and fans because people would come up to them and always ask her to do the exact same things, and just got redundant. And I mean, that's the price of fame, I guess. But yeah, but so fans aren't imaginative, journalists aren't imaginative. And so you can guess what the question was that journalists asked when they were interviewing ZZ Top, and here's Frank Beard's response. It's like, yes, my last name is Beard, and I don't have a beard. Next question. I can just see a journalist in that. And all through their career. I mean, they were together, and they still are. I actually think they're touring right now, actually. And they might be recording a new album, so that's cool. It might be covers and stuff, but I don't know. Anyway, so they, and because of Dusty's wish. So Dusty's dying wish is like, please continue, finish the tour, keep recording, keep writing new stuff. And so they just took on Billy Gibbons, who's the guitarist, co-singer. They all write the songs. And so they took on Elliot, who's his guitar tech, and he plays bass now. So that's pretty cool. So they're keeping on going. And so yeah, just Frank Beard doesn't have a beard. Sometimes it's as much as a 5 o'clock shadow. So that's just a sarcastic thing. But it does have a very good life lesson, because we know here on Tune Into Life, we look at the story behind the song, behind the artist, behind the album, and we look for little life hacks where you can learn to compose your life like a symphony. And so from that, Frank Beard saying, yes, my last name is Beard and I don't have a beard. Next question, we can gather from that the life hack. Having a sense of humor allows you to enjoy life, and enjoying life leads to more success. I mean, I know I can be a grumpy pants, a poopy pants, whatever you want to call me, and I try to get out of the funk as soon as possible. But when you're in that funk, and if you stay there in the victimhood, the mindset, and just kind of get down and out for a long time, your life kind of loses energy. And you don't want to do that. So just have a sense of humor about things and keep moving forward. And I have a pretty damn good, I think I'm funny, and I think I have a good sense of humor. That's totally up to you whether you agree with it or not. So that's the first life hack. And now we shall move on. I think we do Dusty. Did I do Dusty last? We'll find out. Hey, I'm finding out too. This is spontaneous. Who knows what's going to happen? Even I don't know what's going to happen. So let's see. What is the second quote of the day from ZZ Top? Oh, it's Billy Gibbons, the singer. So I did reserve Dusty Hill for last. Just because of tribute to him because he passed away. But yeah, may he rest in peace. But I'm sure he's up there thumping on his bass. And we have a really good quote from him coming on. But first, we're going to do Billy Gibbons. So, Billy Gibbons, this place won't be here tomorrow. So let's tear it down tonight. He's the singer, songwriter, guitar founder of ZZ Top. And he did this stint. I don't know if you ever watched Bones, but Bones is one of my favorite shows. So David Boreanaz and was it Emily Duchanel? There's like 3 Deschanel sisters. Was it Zoe or Emily? It doesn't matter. There's a Deschanel sister on Bones and David Boreanaz, who's now on SEAL Team. But one of the characters was Sarah. She was an artist. She was kind of a touchy-feely person, and even though they deal with like serial murders and all these bodies and stuff, she kind of did this artwork where she do 3D from skulls and things and see what they look like in life. Anyways, her father was played by Billy Gibbons, and I think he was on like 10 episodes. And every episode he was on, even though he was on for a very few minutes, it was freaking awesome. And I don't know if you like King of the Hill, but ZZ Top was on King of the Hill too. They had Dusty and Billy on it and Frank. It was pretty damn funny. And their neighbor kind of mumbles and stuff. He actually sounds kind of like how Billy Gibbons sings on the sound, like. Anyways, so we're gonna get on to the quote, but I should probably repeat the quote just before we go to the life hack. So the quote was, "This place won't be here tomorrow, so let's tear it down tonight." And I just love that because that translates to a life hack that I think we should all follow: is living in the present. Living in the present ensures you live life to its fullest. So live in the present, live in the now. As they said in, it wasn't Good Will Hunting. There's another Robin Williams movie, Captain, My Captain. What the heck was that movie? Where he was a teacher at a prep school, and anyways, it doesn't matter. So in that movie, though, he's like, carpe diem, suck the marrow out of life. And that's what you should do, suck the marrow out of life. And the only way you can do that is to be present to the situation. So even in a bad situation, you judge it negatively. If you're in it, you're present to it, then you have options because you're seeing the reality. You're seeing what's going on around you. And only through reality and being present can you make choices and take action to get out of it, to remedy it, to make it better, or learn. Sometimes, crap happens. And if you're just present to it, you're like, this is crap. And yes, it's crap. And you're like, what can I learn from this crap? Did I have cause in the matter? Did I do something that caused this situation? And if so, how can I avoid that in the future? Or if this happens again, how can I turn it around? Or can I turn it around in this situation? But the only way you can do that is by being present. And a lot of people don't like being present because being present is actually a challenge. It's actually difficult because when you're in the present, you're experiencing everything in immediacy. And when you experience things in immediacy, emotions that you might not like can happen. But you got to have them. And by the way, if you stay in the present, then mourning, getting through bad situations actually takes less time. And this is the pot calling the kettle black, me looking in the mirror, all those things. Do I do that all the time? No, but I try to do it most of the time. And whenever I notice I'm in a funk, kind of look at it, I reach out to friends, reach out to family, kind of do things to try to change things up and ask myself, hey, what can I learn from this? And so there you go. And none of that would happen without being in the present. And you know what else happens in the present? You cannot form relationships and friendships of any depth without being in the present. How many of you are always thinking about what you're going to say next rather than listening to, interacting to, being with the person that's sitting across from you or right near you, where you're supposedly having a conversation, but they're not talking back and forth? It ain't happening. So anyway, just be present. No, it's easier said than done. Oh, and one of the ways you can do that. So if you don't follow Lisa Marie, she has a show on Mondays, which I'm his boy Blue, but we're going to call him Jake, and I'm Elwood of the Blues Brothers because I'm his boy Blue. Wayne Gabriel says, whenever I show up to her show, because it's at 9 p.m. on Mondays, it's like, whoa, you stayed up late, did you? That's right. I usually crash around 9 p.m. What can I say? It's just kind of a habit, just something I do. But anyway, that's just what happens. But look up Lisa Marie Hughes. So Lisa Marie is one word, uses her last name spelled the usual way, Hughes. She has a show on Energy, and at the end of that show on Monday, so usually Mondays around 9:20, I'm guessing. Just look her up on. I don't think she does event pages anymore. So just go there, and she'll run you through like an exercise where you get in touch, and that's just it's breathing exercises, it's envisioning exercises. Some call it prayer, depending on your spiritual bent. I would call it kind of prayer. You're getting in touch with the higher being, whatever you consider the higher being, and that the higher being, whoever you consider the higher being to be, would probably be a better way to state it. And so the only being present is being present with God, your higher being. And so, yeah, that's just a way to breathe life into your life. And if you read like Eastern religions, talk about prana, Western religions, talk about the breath of light. Like if you read there is light in Genesis and all that kind of stuff, there's breath. So breath is life. They're almost synonymous. You can't do one with the other. Obviously, physically that is true, but in this, it's kind of like an analogy also. So anyways, be present. That's the story. All right, so Dusty's is, I like to believe that I play bass like Dusty Hill. And that's something nobody else can do as well as me. I'm the best Dusty Hill I know. Isn't that awesome? I think we should all look in the mirror and then see whatever our talent is. So if our talent isn't bass, just put whatever that talent you're working on, what talent you think that you have in spades, like just your main talent or passion, and then just say that into a mirror, which obviously changing your name and changing the bass. So like I like to believe that I play guitar like Mark Bencover, and that's something nobody else can do as well as me. I'm the best Mark Bencover I know. And then Wayne Gabriel do it, and then Kelsey Lips do it, and then whoever you are, try that. Just be the best you can be. And I know it sounds like a cliche from an army thing, but it's true. Find out who you are. Find out who your passions are. Relish in those. Steep in those. Embrace those. Build on those. See what your talents are. And where do you want to put them and how you address them to your passions. And then you put it all together and you embrace who you are and you do you. I know I hate that phrase, but it applies here. You do you the best you can do because no one else can do you. Even if you have similar talents, similar background, even if it's your identical twin, you are an individual. You are unique. You are different. And so you just got to be yourself. And then guess what? These all lead to each other. So have a sense of humor. I forgot what the second one was. Billy Gibbons. Oh, yeah. Be present. It's the only way you can figure out who you are is by being present. Because your emotions, your thoughts, being present with those, just sitting with those and listening to your reactions to all the things. And by the way, I believe you can choose your reaction. You can choose how you respond. Most people aren't at that level. And I'm not saying I'm better than you. I'm just saying I've worked on it for decades. But if you choose how you respond, then that you can only do that by being present. Because then you can look around and you can assess the situation like going, oh, I did this happened. I may not have caused that, but I don't like this happening. I don't like this circumstance. I don't like what's going on right now. So what do you do about it? You can feel bad about it, and you should. Not you should feel bad, but feel how you feel. Let those emotions come, and then decide from that. It's like, okay, how can I use my talents and driven by my passion to take some action or to change the circumstance, or at the very least, change my response, how I respond to it. I could be sad here. I could be happy here. I could be whatever you want to be. It's your choice. It's your mindset. And the only way you can do that is by being present. So that's pretty deep from Grange from ZZ Top. So let's review, shall we? Hey, Wayne, you still on? It's my friend from Wayne. He's Jake, and I'm Elwood. We're the Blues Brothers. Anyways, so having a sense of humor allows you to enjoy life. And enjoying life leads to more success. So what does that mean? Enjoy life, people. That's what it means. Okay. Number 2, living in the present ensures you live. It also ensures. It ensures and it ensures you live life to its fullest. So live life to its fullest. Be present. Have a sense of humor. Laugh a lot. Be present a lot. Be with people a lot. And then the last one is know yourself. Be the best you can be. Be proud of who you are and what you can do. And do it with pride. Oh, I never said that one, did I? I kind of talked around it. So let's do that a second time, just so we do it 2 times, because repetition helps learning. It's a thing. All right. So know yourself, be the best you can be, and be proud of who you are and what you can do, and do it with pride. I think everyone, with exceptions of people that harm others, so as long as you're not harming anyone else, and you're acting on your passions and your thoughts, and you're being the best you can be with your talents and your passion, and you're not hurting other people, then you should be proud of yourself. Be you, whoever you are. And I'm going to do that, go back to that, because I think that'd be a good mantra to go in the mirror. Where's that one? Yeah. So remember, just change the name to yours, obviously, and then change play base to whatever, is yours. Like Wayne could be, I like to believe that I am the best project manager. That I manage projects like Wayne Gabriel, and that's something nobody else can do as well as me. And I'm the best Wayne Gabriel I know. So if you look into the mirror and do that, just acknowledge and be proud of who you are. Be present with who you are. Have fun along the way. Connect with people, and you're gonna have a great life. You're gonna be a success. And as we do at the end of every show, living your best life creates a better world for everyone. I'm part of that everyone. If I can help you, if any of these life hacks help you compose your life like a symphony, to go out there and live the best life you can, great. It'll be a better world for everyone. Thank you very much for living your best life. I will do my best to live my best life. Sometimes I get there, sometimes I don't. I will just keep on pushing. Keep pushing on. Keep pushing. Oh yeah, I'm gonna do a Chicago bands and then Jersey bands and stuff like that. That'll probably be beginning of next year. Yep, there is only one. Be yourself, as there's only one of you. And we'll put that up. That's like when Wayne goes back in a band, and we're gonna remember this day. We're gonna use this. It'll be Wayne Gabriel, the bassist. And here's a quote from Wayne Gabriel: "Be yourself, as there's only one of you." So that's what we'll do, eh? That's right, I'm from Canada now. That's what we'll do, eh? And so as I end every show, I will do my outro. And my outro, you'll notice it has that music that came in the middle of the Grange. Really sorry, Billy and Elwood. Oh, there we go. There, the dog is barking again. But we're going to do the outro. And then I will see you next week. And it's going to be a series of the best darn trios. So we'll have like the Police. I already did Rush, but I'll probably bring Rush back. Triumph, Ben Folds 5, Cream, of course, Jimi Hendrix Experience, things like that. So those are some pretty damn good trios, and there's other trios too that I didn't name that will be in there. It's about 12 of them that probably impacted rock history, and I think most of them, except for Triumph, are in the Hall of Fame or will be future Hall of Famers. And I think Triumph should be too. I mean, they had a couple of good albums, but we'll see. Anyways, they're in the Canadian Hall of Fame. So I will see you all next week. And thank you all for showing up. Thank you, Wayne. Thank you, Kelsey. Thank you, Rob, and anyone else who's out there lurking. Thank you too. Hope you learned something. Go out and live your best life. See you next week.